Any other comments or things? I'd just like to say one thing about my feelings about this and the way that I approach this in making a decision about this recommended 2% salary increase. I thought it was important to both look internally and externally. Internally, what you heard was that this last year, the three unions that we have negotiated deals of pretty close to 5% or more increase. And so I didn't feel uncomfortable with a recommended 2% increase for the superintendent president. If you look externally, and this is not an argument in favor of salaries, but the package for the superintendent president at Chafee is $356,000. At Citrus, it's $344,000. At the College of the Canyons, it's $383,000. $361,000 for the College of the Desert. El Camino, just down the road from here, is $391,000. Pasadena, and I think this is a blip because it's hard to get comparables because some people take it in different ways and there are benefits. Some people even have housing, but Pasadena is listed at $633,000. Palomar, a small college in eastern San Diego County, is $368,000. Rancho Santiago, just down the road, is $346,000. Santa Monica is $384,000, and South Orange is $402,000. So I thought, well, this is a number. It's within the boundaries of what is being paid, and I agree with the comments of Trustee Kellogg that it is a competitive environment. You want not only to get quality people that are doing a good job, and I also believe that Superintendent President Oakley has been doing a very good job, but you want to keep them, because I ran the last hiring process when we hired President Oakley back in 2006, and it took about 9 months. It took a lot of energy and effort on the part of the college, and you weren't sure in the end what it was going to be. The tenures are low in terms of of superintendent presidents and even chancellors in the community college district, and it's a tough market out there in terms of quality. So weighing all those factors together, I feel comfortable with a 2% salary increase, and that's why I'm going to vote in support of this motion. Any other comments? Roll call vote, please.
Irma Archuleta?
Aye.
Virginia Baxter?
Aye.
Jeff Kellogg?
Aye.
Doug Otto?
Aye.
Sunny Zia?
Nay.
Okay, we are moving on to 4.2, a resolution regarding the reduction of classified service. Let me pop that one up.
So moved.
Entertain a motion to approve.
Second.
Moved by Trustee Kellogg, seconded by Trustee Baxter. Could we have a very short report on this? You hate to be talking about salary increases and then laying people off, or reducing programs, so please explain.
Misleading.
Yes, I would ask Vice President Delgado and Vice President Peterson to comment on the changes to this grant-funded program.
Yes, thank you, President Oakley. Yes, we are asking the board tonight to approve a reduction in force. What has happened here is Project Launch, which is grant funded, has not been funded going forward. So as a consequence, we do have a 0.45 FTE in the classification of Grant Assistant 2, which we do need to give notice to as this program comes to an end. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Vice President Peterson if he wants to add anything else.
I just want to add that we have submitted an appeal to review to see if we can be funded, and we're just waiting for that review.
What's the time frame for that decision, do we know?
It's going to the Department of Education to their committee at this month, so we should know by the end of September.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none.
Oh, yeah, I have a question. This person couldn't be given a position somewhere else, or does it not work that way?
We are certainly looking at what other options there are for her. And so by ed code, since we have to give a 60-day notice, we are certainly looking to see where else we can place her. If not in a permanent position, at least to begin with an LTE position, but we are looking for something on a permanent level.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Have a roll call vote then on 4.2.
Irma Archuleta. Virginia Baxter.
Aye.
Jeff Kellogg. Let me mark this. Doug Otto.
Aye.
And Sunny Zia.
Nay.
4.3, revised salary schedule, classified employees exempt from the merit system. It's a report.
Yes, I can address that. What you see on the board docket is a revised salary schedule. It involves two classifications, basically the student tutors and the supplemental instructional leaders. What we are looking to do is make these positions more competitive in the marketplace. With our student tutors, we're also looking to bring the compensation in alignment with the minimum wage law that will become effective January 1st, 2016, that requires that you pay a minimum of $10 per hour.
Any questions or comments?
How many tutors do we employ?
Offhand, I'm not sure. I'd have to check on that,
Like
Jenny.
20, 30?
I would say in that number, yes.
Any other comments or questions? If not, we will have the roll call vote.
So moved.
Sorry. Okay. Moved in seconded, moved by trustee Zia, seconded by trustee Baxter. Have a roll call vote, please.
Irma Archuleta. Virginia Baxter.
Aye.
Jeff Kellogg.
Aye.
Doug Otto.
Aye.
And Sunny Zia.
Aye.
We're moving on to agenda item 5.1, which is the 2014-2015 fourth quarter financial status report. Assuming we're going to have Vice President Gable.
That's correct.
Yeah, so what you have before you for approval is our required fourth quarter financial report. We will be bringing back the further presentation where you'll see all of the detail at the next board meeting, where we're comparing how we ended the year with our adopted budget at our meeting on September 8th. But this is the preliminary look of how we ended the fiscal year.
Does anyone have any questions? I'm sorry. I think you entertain a motion to
So
approve.
moved.
So moved by trustee Zia, seconded by trustee Kellogg. Any further, any comments or discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Irma Archuleta.
Aye.
Virginia Baxter.
Aye.
Jeff Kellogg.
Aye.
Doug Otto.
Aye.
Sunny Zia.
Aye.
Okay, reports. Agenda item 6.1, the Academic Senate President.
Thank you, Board President Otto. I'd just like to say that I'm very pleased to be beginning my second term as the Academic Senate President, and I'm very grateful to the faculty who elected me and entrusted me to serve them in this way, and I look forward to working with all of you again this year and reporting to you the work of the Senate, including curriculum and other academic and professional matters. So, thank you.
I know we've talked about the LEAD Academy, but I'm just curious as to the feedback that you've gotten about how it's going so far.
100% positive. It's so, I was saying to Vice President Delgado earlier, neither one of us needed to add any more to our workload, but it's the most gratifying work that I've done in a very, very long time, and it's so needed, And I think you'll be hearing from the Lead Academy participants that they feel the same. But I'm glad you brought it up because I want to thank the board for the board goal that supports this program. And I want to thank Superintendent President Oakley for his unwavering support of this program as well.
Thanks. Okay, 6.2, report from the Superintendent President.
Thank you, Board President Otto. First of all, I want to echo my appreciation to all the Lead Academy members. They took a wonderful step forward in just participating in this program, so I want to thank them for giving up their weekend to further the mission of Long Beach City College. So thank you for that. A couple of things. I already mentioned America's College Promise, and I'm happy to say that Long Beach has a seat at the table helping craft that message for our nation's leaders. And we're excited to participate, and we're looking forward to the President's announcement on September 9th. On the heels of that, we are going to have the Long Beach College Promise annual report card and event on September 24th. So it'll be here at Long Beach City College beginning at 10 a.m. So we're looking forward to that. A couple other issues I want to bring up. First of all, I thought College Day was a wonderful opportunity to reconnect with our mission, and I want to thank everyone involved in the College Day committee for bringing everybody together on College Day. So thank you for your hard work, working all summer to bring us together. And you know, I've had a few people ask me what was the point of the movie, and I think we all come to it with our various lenses, and I think there's not one answer for every individual faculty member, staff member, student, and individual who was there that day. But what I hope you took from that is that our work matters to a lot of people, and we have to continue to put that first and foremost and continue to remember why we're here, because our work matters to a lot of the kids that walked into our doors and adults on Monday. Speaking of which, of course, the semester started yesterday. So I want to thank all the faculty and staff who welcomed our students beginning yesterday into our classrooms, into our buildings, into the chaos that is Long Beach City College the first week. So we're excited to start another academic year, and I'm excited to be part of that. The final thing I want to say is, as I was hearing the public comment, I was thinking a lot about some of the comments that were being made. And you know, I've sat here for a little over 9 years, almost 9 years actually, and heard a lot of discussion about my performance, my salary, and although I take very seriously the comments, I just want to make a few comments and corrections. First of all, I want to give this opportunity to challenge everybody to give to the Long Beach College Promise Scholarship. And although I've been a contributor to the scholarship on a monthly basis, you know, I'm just going to calculate what my after-tax 2% increase is, and I'm going to give it to Ginny, and I challenge anybody who has the opportunity to give it to Jenny as well in support of our students. So although some may think that this is petty, I just think that the more that we can all give to the Long Beach College Promise Scholarship, the better off we're all going to be. So I'll turn over my change in payroll deduction to Jenny and just give that amount to the foundation. You know, I think, in particular, trustees, you made some comments about my salary increase since I became president. And I think it's unfortunate because those are inaccurate comments. When I became president, I worked hard with the board to negotiate a contract that separated out the base salary and whatever other benefits and incentives were worked in to ensure that the board felt that it was comfortable bringing me in at a salary lower than the sitting superintendent president at the time. And that was an agreement that I made with the board, that they put in incentives to keep me here, to incentivize me to stay here over time. And then somewhere along the line, we decided that the management team needed to take a pay cut. And I asked the board to put me on furlough first. And I stayed on those furloughs. I was on those furloughs first, and I stayed on those furloughs well after the management team was restored. And then finally, I was the first to say that all of my benefits, any income I receive, be rolled into this coming contract. So although you say that my salary is increased by $100,000, a big chunk of that money was always in my contract. I wanted to ensure that it was transparent going forward. We didn't have to do it that way, and I know the board discussed various ways to do it, but I just think it's unfortunate the way you described my salary. And one can comment and certainly disagree or agree whether or not I'm worth whatever I make, and that's a legitimate concern, and that's a legitimate criticism. But I think the way you described the increase in my salary is unfortunate, because that's not the way it was constructed to begin with the original board that hired me. It wasn't the reason I'm still here, and it certainly wasn't the way it played out over time. And I think it left a lot of facts out, and I just wanted to correct the record. So I want to thank the 4 board members who voted in favor of the salary increase. I appreciate your confidence, and I will do everything I can this academic year to continue to lead this college forward. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, 6.3, student trustee.
Thank you. So I'd like to reiterate Superintendent President Oakley's comments about welcome back. So welcome back to students, welcome back to faculty, staff, admin. It's been a busy 2 days so far, so I'm looking forward to finding parking in the first 5 minutes. It's very hot out there. If you know anything about me, I don't mix well with the heat, so I'm really excited for the fall semester because temperatures are definitely going to cool down. I was here during the summer, wasn't fun, but really looking forward to a great semester. I've talked to students and they're eager to be here. I was discussing the program that they were doing, the high school program where they came in and did the 3 weeks course and took some classes and enrolled and everything. And I actually worked with one of the students that actually did that program, and she was really excited to come in and be a part of the Long Beach community, and she's very excited for her friends and for all the people she met in those 3 weeks, and she already knows her way around, which I was a bit jealous because I wish I would have known my way around before school started, but I think that program was great, and I'm looking forward to helping out with that as much as I can and helping out students as well. Also, on the 14th through the 16th, which I guess was a busy weekend for everyone, I also was at a convention. We went to the Student Trustee Workshop. So during that, it's a workshop put on by the Community College League of California, and it was over down south in Costa Mesa, not too far of a drive. And over the weekend, I met with almost every student trustee from California, so it was about 113 colleges now. Congrats to that one that just got accredited. But 113 community colleges and about 70 some districts, but it was a great experience. It was very enlightening, learned about the different processes that comes with the community college. I finally learned what accreditation is, which I should have known beforehand, but I can't really blame myself for that. And yeah, it was a great experience. Looking forward to applying everything I learned over that weekend to using that here. And again, thank you guys for attending our ASB leadership retreat. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it because it fell on that weekend, but I was there the first day. I missed out on the awesome zip lining on Saturday, but yeah, thank you guys again, and looking forward to our next meeting in about 2 weeks.
Okay. Board of Trustees, we'll start with Sunny Zia.
So I don't know how this works because I usually go last with the roll call, but I'll go first.
Want to go last?
Sure, I'll go last.
Okay. Irma?
Thank you. Okay, well, I too want to welcome faculty, staff, and students and wish you the best on this a new academic year. And just want to comment that I had the pleasure of attending, I guess, the first opening day or college day. And I was very pleased to be there and very impressed. And I want to acknowledge Karen Kane for her leadership. You're a great storyteller. I really appreciated being there. And I really appreciated watching that movie, that First Generation. And again, as an educator myself, you know, it's important to see the experiences of our students. And it reminds me how things have changed from the time that I was a student, or perhaps the time that many of you sitting in this room were students, where we were full-time students first and then part-time workers second. And today's experience with students, with many of the students I know that I work with, they work 2 or 3 jobs and then they attend full-time. And so it's difficult for them to focus entirely on being students. And so it's important that as you begin the year, that you think about the experiences that these students may be having at home, that you think about when sometimes when we say, you know, you need to focus on being students, you need to concentrate on and that's got to be your priority. Oftentimes, even though they want to make it their priority, life has other priorities for them, and survival is one of them. So I think it's important for us to keep in mind that these students' experiences are very different from our own. Even though I'm first generation, but I know that as a first generation student, my experience was very, very different from the experiences of the students that we saw in that movie on Friday. So it's just critical that we keep that in mind, particularly as we think about how we schedule our classes. Because when you have these students working 2 or 3 jobs, they're not going to be your students attending 8 to 12, Monday and Wednesday. They're more likely to be your students attending in the evening or on a Friday or on a Saturday. So let's keep that in mind. Also, I just want to say that as a Latina professional, I am very pleased and happy, and I applaud you, Eloy, for the work that you have done. You represent our profession very well, and you have my support, my entire support. Thank you for being the professional that you are and for putting Latinos out there. Thank you.
Trustee Baxter.
Yes, thank you, President Otto. First of all, I want to congratulate the Lead Academy and thank you for staying here and listening to the whole board meeting.
I think I saw Adrian mouth the words, "never again."
Well, I saw Adrian proudly wearing his shirt. A lot of you know that the Long Beach City College Foundation paid for the food, so I got a lot of positive comments about the food. And we were happy to do that when Rose actually asked for $1,000 regular foundation grant, and we had some money set aside by 2 dear little ladies, Beulah and Helen Ware, and they were both teachers in the Long Beach Unified School District, and they lived a long time. Beulah lived to be 86, and Helen lived 96, and Helen lived to be 94. And they believed, they were teachers and they believed in education, and I thought they would really, I'm sure they came down from heaven and told me, Ginny, use some of our money this way, if the auditor asks. But I I think that they would be very, very pleased and very proud. And I'm very proud of what the Lead Academy is doing. And I thank Doug and Rose and Karen very, very much for that. Just some of the things that I've been doing. I was at the Building V ribbon cutting and open house, and that facility is incredible. I was amazed by the culinary area, the math area, and I think we should all be very, very proud of a beautiful new addition to our facilities. And I want to thank Anne Marie and the bond management team and everybody for working very, very hard to just have a wonderful state-of-the-art building. I also attended that same week the UTech ribbon cutting. Universal Technical Institute is just down the street on Conant, and they are, I went through their entire facility, and they have state-of-the-art equipment. It's wonderful. But I also mentioned to the president that I think this is an opportunity for a partnership to help teach math and teach English skills to these potential students. And so I hope that that will result in a good relationship with us, with our neighbors. Obviously, I was also at College Day, and that was a wonderful day. And I want to thank whoever thought of having the breakfast and all the different activities, and of course, the film. And congratulations to Karen. I taught you well. And then I also went to Cerritos. I went to Cerritos College last week, and they have a new president. And I have to tell you, I spent more time finding a place to park than driving there. It took me 15 minutes to get there. It took me 20 minutes to find a place to park. Then it took me another 10 minutes to find the building because there are no, I'm not criticizing Cerritos College, it's a lovely school, but there was no signage of any sort. So I got there, got to meet the president. He seems like a delightful man. I invited him to come over to our campus and meet our superintendent president, and so I hope that he does, Dr. Fierro. He's new to California, so I'm sure that he'll take all kinds of advice for us. Also this week, the foundation transferred $316,000 for student scholarships. Just this week, actually last Friday. I expect another bill this week, and so I'm preparing for it. If you know anything about the stock market, you know this is not a good time to sell things. So I closed out every savings account. They know in the foundation I have money squirreled away. So we haven't sold anything yet, but we got together, and I don't even want to tell Alicia how much I have put together because I don't want to give her any incentives there. But anyway, this is an exciting time for our students because this is when they need the money. And so as they come forward with their proof of enrollment, we are happy to do this. And we're working on getting more money for next year because the College Promise is going to do bigger and better things, and so we're keeping that in mind. Also, just some events coming up. The President's Circle is having an event on September 10th. And this raises money to fund the President's Ambassadors Program. On September 9th, we're having a VIP Hall of Fame reception, and 4 people are going to be inducted into the Alumni Hall of Fame in October 29th. We're having an alumni reception here in our new facility, and that's going to be very nice, and I'm looking forward to that. On September 17th, the Fine Arts Group, and Morgan was here, but I think he left, but the members of the different fine arts departments, music and theater and dance and the visual arts, are going to have what's called the pop-up art evening in downtown Long Beach at, in the Landmark Square building on September 17th. You're all invited. And this money raised $25 a person, very reasonable, supports the arts, all the arts programs. And then I want to congratulate General Peter Gravett, who is going to become inducted into the California State community college alumni. General Gravett was a former head of the California Veterans Administration. He's a retired police officer. He's also was a major in the National Guard, and I think he will represent us all very well at the League Conference, which is in November, and I'm sure we will all be there to salute him. And this is a real coup for Long Beach City College, because colleges from all over nominate people, and we're very pleased that General Gravett is our nominee, and we'll be there to congratulate him. So that's my report.
Great, thank you. Trustee Kellogg?
Thank you, President Otto, and congratulations on your first full meeting. I just would like to really more to say thank you very quickly to a couple items. College Day, it is one of those great events, a lot of fun. I did not attend this year for the first time, but I actually had a good excuse. I was on vacation in Hawaii, so I was really thinking about you guys all during that week. But it is a wonderful experience, great day. Last year I remember manning a booth with and telling students where to go. Unfortunately, Vice President Bynum was also in that booth to correct where I was telling them where to go. And but it's just an exciting week. It's great, and it really does charge your batteries when you see students showing up and seeing the looks in their eyes, and you know you are helping people. We all have been there. We're not quite sure where we're going, but you know they're all going in the right direction. So congratulations to everybody. That is a special day for the college, and it just doesn't happen. It happens because a lot of people put some time and effort in. So to all of you, thank you very much for that. Our student trustee mentioned the fact that he was at an event. It was actually down in Orange County. And unfortunately, again, I had a good excuse. I was on that same vacation. But the reason I mention it is because that is actually under the umbrella of the California Community College League. And in particular, one of the subcommittees called ACES. It's your Educational Services, which I chair. They're the ones that work with the curriculum with the student trustees. So it's great to hear that there was a positive experience, positive because I wasn't there, or positive because what you learned. But it is great to be there, see the student trustees interact, and don't ever apologize for not understanding what accreditation is. When I was a student here, I couldn't spell accreditation, let alone know what it was. So you're way ahead of the game. But that is a very positive event put on by the league, and a lot of people supporting it. So I appreciate the fact that you attended and you got to be involved with it. Elite Academy, I mean, obviously you're here. We all had the same going, are you going to feed them? Is that why they're staying here till the end of it? Is that what, but I do want to say thank you publicly to everyone involved in it. But years ago, Trustee Otto actually was very instrumental on pushing that and wanting to get that going here as well. So my compliments to Doug for really staying on that issue, and because it is a benefit to this college and to everyone. Hopefully you do get things out of it that are all positive, and I'm sure you will. And my final is to Superintendent President Oakley, so take this as my applauding you, because I want to re-emphasize again that he was given a pay raise that he earned, that he was given, and we didn't have to do that, but we did, and then he donated it. He's going to pay taxes on it, and then he donated it back to the college and the college promise. If that doesn't earn a begrudging a round of applause from people just to acknowledge the fact that somebody does that, and I watch people, they go, oh, okay, I liked what he did, but I don't want to acknowledge the fact. Personally, Superintendent President Oakley, that once again is a wonderful example for me personally on when we hired you, the qualities you had, and to do that for the students, I think should be emphasized. And just when you said it, nobody told you had to do it, and he did it. And I think that is just the quality of our leadership we have here. And I think we should all be proud of that, and we also should acknowledge it and not be afraid to say, hey, thank you for doing that. That's a wonderful gesture, and it's going to help a lot of students. So congratulations and thank you, Eloy, for that. And I'm sure the foundation is also very excited about getting money as well. Yes, so, thank you. And so, Superintendent President, thank you very much for your leadership. Thank you for that gesture. And personally, I'm very impressed by that act. With that, look forward to this academic year. It should be a great year here at Long Beach City College, and look forward to another year that we can all be proud of. So thank you all very much. Go Vikings.
So do you feel something different this year? Does it feel like people really are starting to work together, acknowledge one another, consider what other people here are concerned about, want to do? I mean, I feel it. It's not just the LEAD Academy. It's not just 89 or 90 new faculty people. And, and that's what education really is. It's not a business. It's not a place where you are efficient all the time, although we have to be efficient because there are lots of people wanting the seats that we have here. But I just have this feeling tone that what's going on is that we're starting to pull together. And given the directions that we're going, it's absolutely required that we do that because otherwise we won't get it done. If we're going to decrease the time to graduation, if we're going to make sure that students achieve their educational objectives, then we've all got to look at one another and say, how we doing? And I don't just mean the president, I don't mean the board of trustees, I mean the classifieds, the faculty, the part-time faculty. We're all in this together, and I just have a very good feel about the beginning of this year, and that's what I want to celebrate and hope that we can continue to do that. I thought that the video that was done by the LEAD Academy people was terrific, absolutely terrific. I was on pins and needles all weekend while they were away, wondering what it was going to be. What it was going to be like, and I was waiting for Karen to call me on Sunday. I was waiting. Beverly O'Neill called me and said, "Oh my God, this was terrific." John Philpott called me, but they didn't call me till Sunday, and I was a wreck for the whole week, wondering how it was going to go. So it's a good start to this year, and I hope we can keep it up. Trustee Zia.
Thank you, President Otto. So earlier this evening, a resolution for laying off classified staff was voted on, and we also voted on the quarterly financial status report showing an increase in our revenue in addition to an increase to our reserves. A recent past record totaling 24%, which is approximately $26 million. I'm disappointed that my colleagues voted yes on this resolution in light of our financial growth. We pride ourselves in being a family and need to treat all our stakeholders, including our classified employees, as such. There are plenty of opportunities for support staff in our district, given our recovery from the cutbacks. We should treat our staff, who are the backbone of this district, as people, not numbers. You know, this is about equity. It's there's nothing personal. Equity doesn't know race. It's not about being Latino. It's not about being black, white, or Jewish. It really doesn't know race or gender. And it's about fairness for all as we pledge to our nation's flag every time we're here, every day, liberty and justice for all. I am proud of my vote. I am proud to stand with our faculty and staff, the 87% of the people who did voice their loud and clear opinion. And I will always stand with you, and I will always have your back. Now, moving on to echoing Trustee Baxter's remarks about the ribbon cutting. Speaking of staff, I'm very proud of the work that our staff did for the opening of the culinary building and the math technology building. It was fantastic, so great job to our administration and all those people who have been involved in making the day possible. Speaking of contributing our salaries, Trustee Baxter and I started 2 scholarships last year. One was for ESL students, full-time ESL students, and one was for students who are not eligible for BOG waivers, and they're right above the cusp. And we have decided this year to dedicate one of the scholarships to our students who are facing housing instability and who are homeless, who identify as homeless. And I want to encourage our students to contact us or the scholarship office as we work through this effort. And if you have any questions, You have direct access to me. You can call me on my cell phone, and this goes for any student, any staff member, any community member. My cell phone number is 562-270-5017, or you can email me at sunny.zia1@gmail.com. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you. Trustee committees, the Communications Committee is loping towards completing its report, and it'll probably be ready for the October meeting. We're down to drafting and getting close. I don't think there are any other trustee committee reports. This is an agenda item 7.1. It's an opportunity for boards of trustee members to request items for future board agendas. Jeff.
And it came up because I'm working with the foundation on some items as far part of their master plan that they developed in the past 12 months. And during that, and I present it for possible future consideration, is that to have representatives from the foundation to come in and present that strategic plan to the board, so the board is aware of what's taking place, what they're trying to accomplish, and it can probably be a good item. So somewhere in the future, it's something we discussed when I was sitting in on those meetings, and the opportunity, and actually it was at one point someone even said they weren't even sure of the status of the strategic master plan that had been completed. So I think it'd be a good opportunity in the future to look if there's a place that we can put that item so the foundation board can come and do a presentation on the strategic plan.
Great.
Thank you.
Good idea. Okay. So we will move to 8.1, public comments on non-agenda items. We have no one. So I would now announce that the next regular meeting of the Board of Trustees will be held on September 8th at the Liberal Arts Campus here in this room. Closed session will begin at 4 p.m., open session at 5 p.m., and we're adjourned.
September 8th? September 8th. Wait a second. I got to keep up with everything now.